Welcome back to Kababayan Today. At ngayon naman panoorin natin ang mga nangyari recently at the Center for Babaylan Studies conference na nangyari sa Vancouver, Canada. Our very own Nicanor Evangelista shows us.
We are all humbled by the fact that our hosts in unceded Coast Salish territories have given us permission to hold this conference here. So as learners and as settlers who are newly having to negotiate and having to identify what it means to shift an identity from being an immigrant to being settler, what does that mean for us as Filipinos in the diaspora? All of these questions we will try to learn together this weekend. We won't have all the answers, so we are requesting that everybody practice pakikipagkapwa, and we also specifically want to create sacred space for everybody. We hope that at the end of this weekend that we would all have felt and experienced what it means to build a beloved community, what it means to recover our indigenous soul, what it means to listen to the courtship song of our ancestors.
The work that we do and these conferences that we hold are important because we need to remember. We need to remember our relationship to the lands. We need to remember our relationships to each other. We need to reclaim our identities as Filipino people and understand what that means. And this conference especially looks at us as settlers on this land, us in the diaspora, and understanding what our responsibilities are to each other and to this land. And what's beautiful about this is that we can come together, encourage, and support each other to do that.
We and my group here based in Vancouver have been invited by the Center for Babaylan Studies to co-create the 3rd International Babaylan Conference. We are a people who are dispersed all over the world, and having lived in this country for about 20 years, have produced a new generation of Filipino Canadians and Filipino Americans who are starving and who are thirsty to explore what it is to be Filipino. What we propose with the 3rd International Babaylan Conference is to investigate and view Filipino identity through the lens of Indigenous people's perspective.
My name is Kababayan Today. I think it's important to learn about our ancestors because you need to know about their culture and everything that they do.
In our gathering, we heard expressions of solidarity with the people of Standing Rock and Black Lives Matter, Native Lives Matter, and we as Filipinos recognize the shared necessity of showing our support for things that relate to our sense of kapwa, our sense of self being reflected in all of those other cultures and people who are facing ongoing genocidal threats. Yeah, I want to invite people to keep in contact, those who were at our gathering, those who want to find out about future gatherings of the Center for Babaylan Studies through babaylan.net and on the Facebook group. So I encourage people to stay connected in those ways, but also more directly as well, and just connect with each other face to face as much as possible.